said Kimberly. There are few images as comforting as seeing your mother draped in an apron, hovering over a plate of piping hot cookies. But why is that? What is it about these pieces of fabric that take us down memory lane? Lucky for us, there's a local author here who's done a lot of digging into the subject. She's written a couple of books about it. The latest one is called Apronisms. We'll talk about that in a second, but please welcome EllynAnne Geisel. Am I saying it right?
Correcto.
Correct, but I don't say it with the twang that you got.
No, you don't.
It doesn't roll off as nice. You draped me in this apron. You say this apron is antique, if you will, right?
It is absolutely an antique, and it's one of the highest, more valuable collectibles if you are an apron collector, because the Backyard Daddy barbecue aprons didn't survive. They got such, so messy with the coal, with the charcoal and the flare-ups and all of that.
Right.
But this one did survive, and you actually, I don't know, there's some commonality.
There's a resemblance. I don't know if we can see that.
It's the tie. I shouldn't
so?
point. I don't know what's under there. It's the tie.
Yeah, maybe. And maybe it's my rosy cheeks. I'm not quite sure.
Yes.
EllynAnne, let's talk about the history of aprons. You've done a lot of digging into this background. What's so special about aprons, do you think?
From my perspective, aprons are these connectors. They're memory triggers and connectors to the women of earlier generations. And when we tie one on and we think about the women who used to wear an apron as part of daily domestic armor, we celebrate their spirit, and that is what I am all about as an apronologist.
I like an apron archaeologist,
yes,
if you will. You've done a lot of collecting.
Of
what are some of these ones here that you brought in?
Well, I brought in another highly valued collectible apron, which is children's aprons, because children did not have wardrobes. They maybe had one childhood apron. Aprons that might be reversible, where a woman would prepare the meal, Sunday dinner perhaps, in this, but then she would turn it around and she would serve it in this apron, which was, pretty and clean on the other side. An apron like this, sometimes when they come in the mail for me, they have little notes attached, just in case I'm not sure what it is, like this is a clothespin apron.
Oh.
And so the variety is as broad as the chores were back in the day.
Now, the reason we're talking about aprons is because there's a big event going on in Manitou Springs this weekend.
An
it's
extravaganza.
Extravaganza. She's already
bigger
working
than an
it.
event.
Yes, you are correct. Because it takes place in 3 places. Let's put up some information about it. It's called Tie One On. There's a meet and greet where you can get to hang out with EllynAnne. You get to hang out with some of her books, and you get to have brunch. It's Sunday. It's at Saffron in Manitou Springs, the Black Cat Books, also the Avenue Hotel B&B. Tickets are $30. You can buy them at any one of these places. But what time does it kick off? Do you know?
It kicks off at 11. But I am going to be driving up from Pueblo a tad early, and so if anybody wants to help me unload aprons, like to see the elephants up close, you can see my aprons up close if you get there a little early.
Just a little early, because how many aprons are you going to have with you?
I will have not just these, but clotheslines of vintage aprons.
Just a bunch of them.
Yes.
And they're just fun to check out, and they're fun to wear. I promise I won't take this home with me.
No, but you got a kick of tying one on.
I did tie one on for fun. EllynAnne Geisel, thanks so much for coming in this morning.
You're very, very
Let's
welcome.